When does the countdown start?
Hello and welcome to Old World Tech Fridays. I am one of your co-hosts, Fredo Jedi, and I'm joined by my other co-host, Trina of Trina's Technobabble. And
by the way,
Ryan,
or also known as Not Tech Ambrosia.
Right. That is true. That is a distinction we got to make.
You're definitely not Amber. That is for sure.
Yeah.
And Ryan of Everything's Broken Garage. How are you guys this evening?
Oh, by the way, and Ryan is not Justin Morgan.
That's true. That's true.
I know
he has no hat.
I know somebody who confuses Justin and Ryan all the time, and I'm like, Ryan's from Newfoundland.
Justin is from States.
That's right. That's true.
Cool. So, Trina, who do we got in the chat today?
Oh, hang on. We have Eric Rangel. We have CDI. We have Joe Curtis Boyle.
Eric Rangel's correct. Everything is broken in the U.S. as well. Yes.
Correct. I don't have a what's the word?
Scarlet
whole world
license
Cuda. for everything is broken.
Oh, hey, Scarlett.
Hey, it's Scarlett's here. Awesome. Well, glad to have you with us this evening. We know you have your choice in.
And there's
retro.
Who's this new chick you
Yeah. I know it's we're trying something new here. It's
picked up a newbie.
We thought, you know what, a bunch of old white guys standing around talking needs to diversify a little bit.
Yeah.
So we went with Trina. So
we found her hitchhiking.
Old
white 66.
Old white chick.
Hey, Cass, welcome.
Hey, Cass.
Hey, how are you?
We have Eric's Edge joining from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Eric, are you currently in a tree with your cell phone held out like this to watch the?
He's got Starlink.
Actually, he was on the voice chat the other night, and it's really good reception. Like
I saw some of the pictures he had posted that he had taken, and they look very nice.
Yeah,
I assume he's currently up a tree because there's a bear chasing him.
Bears can climb trees very easily.
So they don't know how to use cell phones, so they're not very good at using cell phones.
No, he was good at using his cell phone. He even figured out how to flip the camera around.
No, I'm wondering, is this actually Eric or is this the bear using his cell phone?
Oh, I see. Oh.
All right. We'll have to find out. We'll have to ask Eric.
I mean, technically, Eric is also as
We'll examine the scat.
We'll examine the scat.
Eric is as hairy as a bear now with his beard that's growing
back.
Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
Hey, Rudy. So I mean, it could be the bear. It could be Eric. It's hard to tell in the dark.
I know one. I'll ask you a question that only Eric would know. Eric, what type of camera did I buy off of you?
Eric
it's the
bear. Bob says.
Barrick.
That nickname's gonna stick now. It's Barrick.
We need to talk to Tom about changing Eric's display name
to Barrick. Yeah,
Barrick. Yes,
that's a hoot. So yes, thank you all for joining us this fine Friday evening, wherever you may be in the world.
Indeed.
Yes, Joe wins for sure.
Yeah, Joe you win the internet for tonight. Go take a cookie out of petty cash.
What a hoot.
Oh, and speaking, by the way, of because I see we have Eric's email address for some reason in the chat. Feel free to spam Eric.
Yeah.
Just send them
with bear related. Just keep sending them pictures of the Charmin bears. Just keep sending them those commercials.
But I just wanted to mention, thanks to Ron of Ron's Computer Videos, I now have my own website that will take you to all my Linkadoodles, so you don't have to type in Linktree, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is trinastech.com,
Nice.
which is a lot easier to say than the Linktree, blah, blah, blah.
That was Eric's iPhone being helpful, he said.
Barrick.
So what's on the agenda for tonight? That's what Cass would like to know. So, the last several episodes, we've kind of been more freeform instead of actual topics of discussion. And that seems to be a little more preferred by people as well. So we've kind of keeping along the same lines and kind of see how it goes.
So we'll have a little bit of show and tell, a little bit of
That's right.
talk, a little bit of what did you do this week, you know, a little bit of get to know everybody.
We'd like to show everybody Trina. That's Trina.
Yeah.
Hey.
Popular.
Yeah.
You know, just tell the people Trina is still here.
What has had Trina so busy as of late that she has not been?
What has had Trina so busy?
That's right.
Pride was last month.
That's true.
That kept me busy. And also I belong to the Queer Computer Club here in Toronto,
Awesome.
which is a hackerspace group. And open house used to be every other Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
It has changed now to just once a month on the third Friday, because tomorrow, the second Tuesday of the month, they have an open house.
Wait, tomorrow is
Saturday.
Sorry, did I say Tuesday?
You did say Tuesday.
Wow. Okay, I need another drink.
There you go, Trina.
Thank you so much. Sorry, every second Saturday of the month, we have an open house where people can join, check it out, become members if they want, blah blah blah. So we moved the members only to the third Friday of the month, so that those new members can come hang out and kind of get a feel where it's not so hectic and busy as the open houses tend to be. So yeah, so that's where I've been. I will be here more because I kind of felt I should be there for the members' nights.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now that we're only doing them every every third Friday of the month,
it's good to take it into real life every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Eric Rangel says Trina's tech support Commodore phone has been ringing off the hook. That's why you've been so busy.
Actually, surprisingly enough, since I've lost my full-time job, and I won't go into a huge rant about that. I did Wednesday night after the talks, because every Wednesday night we do what are called lightning talks. So you have 10 minutes to talk about a topic, and I have been covering just maintenance of your computer. So make sure you're I
have a question. Has anyone ever talked about lightning in their lightning talk?
But here's the funny part, and I didn't tell the person who was presenting this until after, but they had put their talk was going to be about asterisk. And I'm like, I just figured you were going to talk about Shift 8. And they were like, "Oh my God, you should have told me that before. I would have totally
that'd have been
used that as a joke."
Yeah.
But I've been doing a talk on maintaining your computer, so I've covered drives and backup, because
rule of three.
Unlike spinning drives, SSDs work or they don't. There's nothing in between on those ones. Both M.2s and the 2.5s. At least with spinning, you kind of get some warning. Your computer takes 10 minutes to boot up. Blah blah blah.
Hey, I'm Mark.
Hey, I'm Mark. So this week I have 20 minutes to talk because I'm going to talk about. I'm actually going to physically show pasting your CPU.
Oh God! Are you actually going to Are you going to blur it out so you don't get all the hate?
Well, so here's the funny part. I'm going to talk to them tomorrow, to the one that's maintaining it, because they're a founding member, mod, if you will, if you're online. And I want to talk about, can I stream this? It's only going to be a 20-minute talk, so it's going to be a quick and dirty stream. I'm not going to invite anybody. I'm just going to do it myself.
Yep.
Because I also have to explain, like, I'm going to have a laptop with a camera, and I got to figure out a stand thing for it, with the webcam. And so it wouldn't show any of the members. It would just be showing the board. I would start by the board.
Oh, the board.
The motherboard, not the Borg.
The board. I was going to say we're going to call Jean-Luc.
And so I will not be soldering.
Nope.
So But yeah, so I'm going to be. I want to talk to them, like say, hey, I'm not going to show any members because that's kind of against policy.
Sure.
But if I just show, like, if I turn the camera on facing myself on the laptop, and then just turn the camera over pointing down at the board, is that okay? Because if I'm sitting in the corner, there's nobody behind me. So
True.
yeah, it's just a bunch of shelves with hackerspace stuff on it. So I might be streaming Wednesday night for like a quick 20 minutes. I might not be.
Cool. Well, that's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And lost my train of thought. It's gone.
I got something in the mail this week.
Oh, let's see.
A boxed copy of Windows 3.1.
Wow.
Still in the shrink wrap. The shrink-a-doodle.
So somebody literally had DOS, went out and bought that, and then we're like, "Nah, I'm good."
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Probably looked at the graphics on the back.
But tell them about the deal that you can get.
Oh yes, your
So
mail-in deal.
on the box, it says package contains 3.5-inch high-density discs and a coupon for 3.5-inch low-density discs.
Ooh, baller.
Nice. Yep. Copyright 1992.
I remember when the Windows 3.1 came out. I was in kindergarten.
I was.
Yes, I know. You were just finishing your internship with the.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to think. I was finishing.
Hey,
junior
JC's
high
here.
At the time.
Jesus Christ is here. Excellent.
Better late than never.
Well, he's in Ontario apparently, so it's like 3 days delayed.
Oh, where's he in Ontario?
It doesn't matter. It's Ontario. It's just leave it at that.
JC, where in Ontario are you? Because hey,
There's only one spot. It's called Toronto.
exactly. If you're in the one spot called Toronto,
It's still
probably do a
Ontario.
hangout.
It's still Ontario.
So scammers. Yay. So mom got a call today. Let's talk about some fun scammers. So mom gets a call today and she answers hello, and it's the usual background noise that you get from the scammers where you can hear like 50 gazillion other people talking. So she goes hello again, and the person says, "Hi, I'm calling from Windows."
Oh, Windows. That's nice.
And she cuts him off and says, "Sorry, I don't need any new Windows installed," and hangs up the phone.
That's awesome.
And then realizes after she hangs up the phone, he said Windows tech support. And I said, well, it's a scam. I said, you handled it correctly. And she was saying, your dad's making fun of me. I said, no, tell him that he's wrong. I said, you actually handled this correctly. I said, a lot of people get suckered in and then they get extra gobbledygook stuck on their.
Should have said Windows. Why live on a boat? I don't think that's advisable.
I live on a submarine. Why would I need Windows?
Yeah. What do I need Windows on my submarine?
Suddenly went through her mind when the guy said, excuse me, I'm calling from Windows, not even Microsoft, Windows.
Yeah, that's the best. Hello,
Right?
I'm calling from
I'm calling from Windows. And the first thing that came to her mind was what you look through. So that's why she said, I don't need any
Frank
new Windows, and hung up the phone.
That's amazing. Your mom's a legend now.
Right?
Awesome. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks. Last weekend I was tied up with the science fiction convention, so I didn't get a chance to show off some of the stuff, but I did get a bunch of stuff from a well, first off, I'm back in the room.
Yes, which is nice.
Which is nice.
I like it.
But first off, how did the convention go?
Oh, great. The voice of Caillou was there, and yeah, I felt bad for her because it's Caillou. Everybody hates Caillou. So, but she did Caillou when she was much younger. So she anyway, it's an interesting story. I'll let her tell her story. Yeah, and she's also the voice of a couple other like anime characters that I didn't recognize. And she's like the voice of that Adam Sandler movie where he's a vampire. It's a cartoon. Hotel Transylvania. She's the voice of, so Selena Gomez is the voice for the first movie, I think. But after that, she didn't come back for the movies. So it's her. I think that's how it works. Anyway, it was cool. Just neat person. I said hello to her and walked on by. But yeah, it was good. We had a great turnout. Our room was packed as it always is. Our it went as Mark says.
No. But
Mavis from
Mark
the
said,
TV series.
hold on, where is it? There it is. Mark said the best Newfoundland ish ever sang. It went well, great. It went great. Yeah,
It went great. Yeah.
You all these missing is bye at the end of it, and we're all good to
You're
go.
not enunciating correctly.
Yeah,
it sounds better in its original language.
Yeah, it's original. You're putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. But yeah, Mavis from the TV series. There it is. So it was a TV series of Hotel Transylvania, not the movies. There you go. It went great by. Loves it. Anyway, it was a good turnout. Lots of people showed up. There's lots of questions. There was a lot of people who were like, "Holy crap, I haven't seen any of this kind of stuff in years." And I had one guy posted a comment earlier. It was like, "Oh my god, people are gaming on a Mac. That's a thing." And I was like, "Do you just think Mac users through all history just did spreadsheets and Word documents and video editing?"
Kid pics,
right? There was lots of games for Mac. I was again. I went on and said Halo was originally written for the Macintosh, and Bungie was originally an Apple only publisher. And anyway, it was cool. That was a good show. But the week before, I ended up going to a friend's grandmother's house. Her uncle had passed, and he was a collector of vintage. And when I say vintage, I mean vintage technology. So he had, everything starts in the 70s for him and works its way up to the early 90s, and that was it. Dark Castle for the win. It's great game. Only 3 likes. 17 watching. Only 3 likes. Don't make Joe angry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe will smash.
Joe smash.
Joe smash.
With hammer. Joe smash. But yeah, it was good. And then we went. I went to this house, and I was giving a pile of stuff that I've had yet to sort through. But I did grab a couple of things that I thought were cool. The first being is there was a box labeled PDP 11, which I thought was going to be PDP 11 stuff, which got me kind of excited. But apparently, it was just a label on the box. This is actually stuff from an early IBM terminal. So I have a bunch of these cards that have very old ceramic packages on them.
That's really cool.
And they're all labeled IBM. So they have sort of connectors on the bottom, and then they have connectors on the top. And I don't really know how they actually go into the machine. A couple of them have like a slide-in mechanism where they slide in. These ones appear just to plug in, and I have no idea what they're for. I just think they're very beautiful.
They are very neat.
So if I don't figure out what they are, or I can't get them to somebody who needs them, I will put them in a shadow box. But I have a couple of them. So
yeah, I think that's great wall hanger.
But the cool is the actual like PCB is weird. It's got like circles in it.
Rudy says IBM mainframe.
IBM mainframe. Okay, well there you go. Rudy would know. So I don't know what it came out of or where it came from, but maybe there's somebody looking for it. Then there was a couple of little IBM pieces. These look like some sort of. Let me see if I can get it to focus here. Focus. Don't focus on me. Focus on this.
Some type of module for something.
But it has the same connector as the other one. So again, I guess this also must be some sort of mainframe. No idea. And then there are these really cool sort of larger ones. And they have a series of potentiometers on it here on the side. These all turn. And they're like solid metal potentiometers. They're really, really girthy. And this thing weighs, probably a quarter pound. Right, so it's got some real nice... And it's all IBM chips, part numbers. So, some cool stuff. And then the other cool thing that I got, which I was really excited about when I realized what it was, is I got a Space Command original clicker.
Which is cool.
Which is really cool.
Play the sound.
And I'll play the sound so you can hear it.
Hear it. Love it. That's why they call it the clicker.
That's why they call it the clicker. Anyway, so this is going to go in a shadow box. I'm going to put it on my wall.
That is
I think it looks like a tricorder,
It does.
especially with the grill in the front.
I know, right? Maybe it's a shaver. Oh yeah,
Right. Anyway, that's what I got this week, or I should say
that's
last
pretty
week.
cool.
There's, like I said, there's about 12 or 13 boards, and then there's all the other stuff that I haven't even gone through yet. There's a bunch of ISA stuff. There's a bunch of. I got a really, really nice IBM terminal keyboard.
Yeah, there you go. Put a pie in the clicker.
Put a pie in the clicker. Yeah, I could
Make
do
it
that.
do something cool.
But I don't know.
Hate to open it though.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna go in a box. Like if I had two of them, sure.
It's so cool looking.
Yeah, and again, it's got some heft to it. Like it's again,
that's
probably
one
about
that's going to be hard to
£1/4.
find.
Yeah, and the neat thing is that it only does on and off. Let me see, on and off, and whoop, focus.
Channel up or down.
Channel lower, channel higher. It doesn't even say up or down.
Oh, so volume on and off. So it's just a mute and then does the channels.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
So,
quite interesting.
Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool.
I think it's neat.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. Dave goes and kills little old ladies. You just go and wait till they're dead and then take their stuff?
No, this is a friend's uncle had a. He wasn't actually very old. He was in his mid to late 50s, and he just had a stroke and didn't come out of it.
Yeah,
so,
Eric says keep it on stun.
Keep it on stun, yeah. So they knew his niece and his nephew are friends of mine. They knew that I collect this kind of stuff, so they were. But the really nice thing about it was I went there and there were no computers, and I asked about them because I knew he had a collection of computers, and they said they've kept the computers because they want to get the data off it, but they had no idea how to get the data off it. And I was like, well, can I help you or what?
I'll be your Huckleberry.
So I'll assist them with getting the data off, and maybe some of those machines will end up coming in to my possession. Rudy says, "Stop clicking. You're turning my TV on and off." Well, that's the neat thing. Apparently, this is audio based. This uses sound to do the click to actually engage the functionality.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. So that's kind of neat. Anyway, what else is new, everyone?
I am making a stream.
Busy.
I'm making a hypercard stream for tomorrow morning.
Oh, cool! So you're going to do like Barrack's Edge.
I'm going to do Eric's Edge. Yeah.
No, it's Barrack's Edge.
Barrack's Edge.
Barrack's
Name
Edge.
changes officially.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's on his government forms now.
Yeah, it's official.
So yeah, I'm going to do a hypercard talk tomorrow. And
so
if anybody takes me seriously on that,
I got some other stuff in the mail this week.
Oh, what else did you get?
So Jeremy's Venture Chili Check.
Oh, yeah.
Had sent something in the mail, and it's the PET ITX. I think it's the MicroPet board, which is a project. Hang on, let me see who did it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Hang on one second. MicroPet pet computer. Here we go. 8-bit times. Andre Fachat. Fachat.
And what is it?
It is a MicroPet.
Oh yes, the MicroPet. Yes.
So this is the board for it, and then there are some CHLDPs.
Yep.
That operate some of the logic. So he sent me the boards because some of them go to some other people. So like one goes to Rudy, one goes to Joe, and then I'll be sending one back to Jeremy after I program the chip for it. And what I did was I picked up a new programmer for it. I have another one here, but it was a little fickle, so I went and bought a new one, programmer for it.
Okay, yeah.
So I will be putting together the minimum possible in order to program the chip, and then sending those off. Rudy gets, like I said, Rudy gets one, Joe gets one, and then Jeremy's getting one back, and then he sent a board for me for doing the programming portion. So
Nice.
those came in the mail this week. And then I had to order some parts for it as well. So I had to buy some of the pieces to put it together in order to build the little corner. Because if you look at the video of him building it, the creator, in order to program the CPLD, it looked like he had to put together just the little corner of the board, which was the RAM, the ROM, and then a couple resistors.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to get that done, and once those parts come in, and then send one off to Rudy, Joe, and Jeremy.
Nice. And speaking of pets, what's going on with your actual pet?
So my actual pet. So Rudy sent me the pet companion board, which I put together.
Well, that's nice. Because, I haven't gotten a pet companion board from Rudy.
Hang on.
Rudy, where's my pet companion board? I'm kidding. I'm joking. You don't need to send me one. I'm just being funny.
Let's see. So I put it together on Sunday stream.
Yes.
And it was super easy to put together. So this was done very well with minimal parts. So it gives you composite as well as RGB out.
Okay. Cool.
So you're able to have external video for your pet. But the problem is when I turn power on to the pet, the screen changes. So I know that the board is working, but no text. So it most likely like a RAM issue or a CPU.
Do you get anything on the screen?
Nothing.
Just blank?
It changes. So like the contrast changes. So like I know it's working, but no text whatsoever. So I think I need to. Well, I'm going to clean the board for one because it was super dusty. But I do have one of the Retro Chip Tester Pros. So I'm going to pull out some of the RAM chips out of it and see.
I hauled all my RAM out, and I hauled my. So mine's actually running on a. It's a. I can probably show it.
Yeah, no problem, Rudy. I appreciate you. I don't mind at all. Pop the hood. What do you got under there?
Right. Tethered. That's the problem.
Hold on, I can show you. Oh wait, that's not Disconnect Dream.
Pop the hood. Let's get your engine revving.
Right. Well, while Ryan's doing that, I just created a stream for 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. I'm going to put a link in my doodle in the chat, and I will show what I'm going to be working on.
So Frank?
we're going to find out if this box.
Hang on. I learned something new from Ryan. I had no idea it had a kickstand.
Oh, you didn't know it had a kickstand?
Ah!
And it's got two. And it's got two spots.
It does.
You have open and more open.
We're gonna find out if this box will run HyperCard tomorrow morning.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I did use a composite monitor. Well, I hooked it up to one of my Sony
PVMs?
LCDs, the PVMs, yeah.
Okay. That should work.
And I used a Tandy RGB monitor for the RGB connector.
Yeah.
And that works. So like I said, both of them are doing the same thing. The screen changes to a different contrast, but no text.
So this is what I have. It's a CPU replacement.
Yeah.
You put your CPU
I've seen
up
that.
here.
Yeah.
And then it does universal ROM, and then it also does RAM built in.
Now, is that the one, the stupid pet, or no?
No, this is called the Tymouth or Tynemouth software. It's TYNEMOUTH software. 6502 RAM board.
Rudy says video RAM issues. So yeah, most likely it probably is because, like I said, it flashes the contrast change, but no text. So
what's pretty cool about this though is
simple.
I can load all the different versions of BASIC for the pet. So like,
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I use little dip switches.
Yeah,
that are there,
pick which one you want.
A different ROM.
What is playing on the monitor behind you, Ryan?
That would be Star Trek, the motion picture.
Star Trek, the motion picture.
Bottom or the top?
Both.
Both of them.
Oh, okay.
It's the same feed.
Oh, okay.
So I think this is the first one. Yeah, it's the first one.
The motion picture is the first.
The motion picture, yeah.
But yeah, I was messing with that thing for quite a while the other day, and I had no idea. I just kept holding it up with my elbow.
Oh, yeah, the little kickstand.
Yeah, I just saw you do that, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the hell? So I went over to mine, and sure enough, it's in there too. It's like, son of a gun.
Hey,
See, you learn
Thomas.
something new every day.
Welcome.
Hey, Thomas is here. Hey, Thomas. We're just kind of
Thomas.
chilling out, having a chat, relaxing, all cool, shooting some shit.
Ball outside of
Well,
school.
Yeah. So for those who Thomas who just joined, I know it's a bit early for you, but tomorrow morning we're going to see if this box from my wonderful
Hey,
friend
Will.
Joe
Hey,
of
Will.
jcm-1.com. Go buy your Pride shoes there. Sorry, Apple shoes. We're going to see if this box will run HyperCard.
What
Now,
shoes?
are you referring to the
What
actual
shoes?
box or what's in the box? 'Cause
No,
I guarantee
the
you the
actual
box is
itself.
not going to actually be able to run HyperCard.
I don't know. You know, back in the days.
These shoes?
Nice. Why aren't you wearing them? Is the question.
They're too nice to wear.
Right. Hi, Will.
I think these came out fantastic. I love these things.
Yes.
I gotta have somewhere nice to
I'm
wear them,
using
too.
where Joe gets his shoes. I'm also using it to get some Christmas gifts for people this year.
I think that is cool.
Customized shoes.
Speaking of Christmas,
Yes.
this is July,
Yes, it is.
about halfway through.
Angela
The
told
next
me it's
major
25
holiday
weeks.
is Halloween,
Right.
which is the same as Christmas.
No, the next major holiday is Thanksgiving for Canadians.
For Canadians.
Sorry,
Halloween.
no,
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving for Canadians. It comes before Halloween.
Yeah.
Who cares about Thanksgiving?
I love Thanksgiving. What are you talking about?
I don't.
It's beginning of the turkey train, man.
I don't eat turkey.
You get turkey at Thanksgiving. You get turkey at the American Thanksgiving. You get turkey at Christmas. You get turkey
I
at
don't eat
Easter.
turkey.
What is wrong with
wrong
you
with
having
you?
all that turkey? Why not ham?
You live on a
Ham.
farm. You could literally
Ham.
raise them for pennies.
Ham for Easter. No, not turkey.
Canadian Thanksgiving doesn't count.
I believe it does.
Yeah, it really
As
does.
I've seen the Sesame Street, and it does in fact have a count.
Not
Oh,
according to Justin Trudeau.
The reason that it's because Joe, look at effing Orion.
Joe doesn't like you anymore. Turkey at Easter? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Listen,
See?
anytime we can have turkey,
Thank
we have
you.
turkey.
Um,
No, we also have
ham.
ham.
At
We also
Easter.
have
Those
ham.
poor
We have both.
turkeys.
Nothing like a good
You,
ham.
you
with-
eat them for every holiday.
Turkey is the food that continues to give.
Now, wait a
Because
second.
you get
So do
acid
you have
reflux
to...
after you eat it, and then you also get to eat it 3 days later because there's so much of it.
Now, question.
Yep.
Do you actually have wild turkeys there, like here in the States, or do you?
For us, to
No,
get the wild turkeys, we
because
have to
once
go
they
to,
hit the border, we put them in cages. Oh, sorry. A little too close to home, isn't it?
no, for us wild turkey for us to get wild turkey, we actually have to go to the liquor store,
Yeah,
and it's in the
that's
it's in
what I
the
figured.
right. Oh, you mean the actual things that gobble and run around?
Yes.
No, we don't. I think they might have some of them in Ontario, but I don't think they're native to any. They're not native to here. We have we
Interesting.
have
See ya, Eric.
partridge and grouse are the native ground birds to Newfoundland.
Well, we have ruffled. So I say we, but I grew up in Pennsylvania. Ruffled grouse is the state bird there.
Right, so a very similar
I've
bird
seen
to what
quite
we
a bit
have.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you later, Barrick.
Yep. See ya, Barrett.
See ya, Barrick. Have a good evening.
We have wild turkeys on Georgia Street.
Yes.
JC.
JC. Yeah.
Isn't that also where your gay bar is?
Nope. Well,
Isn't it
no.
one on George?
Well, the zone used to be our main gay bar.
Yeah.
That's actually on Water Street, or was on Water Street.
Okay.
Then
So-
Bar None was sort of also a gay bar.
The gay bar in Morgantown, West Virginia, like where I grew up, is called Vice Versa.
Okay.
Nice.
And I thought that was
By
awful
the way,
clever.
I love how both of you are saying the gay bar.
Well, I
Come
mean,
to
there's
Toronto,
only
where
usually
we have
for some
plenty-
reason.
oh,
Most areas have like one really good one
yeah,
that
no,
everybody
that's fair.
seems to
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah, because there's also we have a couple of dance clubs, which
Sure.
depending on the day of the week could also be considered, a drag bar or gay bar or right.
Joe
depending on
says the
what-
gay bar in his town doesn't exist.
It's actually
Joe,
it's
you
actually
need to
next
fix
to the
that.
museum. It's behind
Joe,
that
you need
wall
to-
that we can see.
Yeah, that's right. That's what's behind the wall.
We keep
Ron
think-
runs the gay bar.
Exactly.
We knew that.
Ron's
Rudy,
just-
Rudy
Ron's
says the
just a
turkeys
bear.
here are locked up, but the geese are free.
Yeah.
The Cotton Club
Cotton
is
Club
classy.
that's our strip club, which actually
Yeah.
is actually in at a former Catholic church.
Disco Joe. That's a hoot.
Really? That's
Yeah.
ironic.
Yeah. Disco Joe's. No, Joe, I imagine it'll be a lot like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer goes to the gay steel mill. That's how I imagine it'll be.
except for ooh, now I got this image of Joe in like little booty shorts and like a tank top.
Oh my
Hot
gosh.
stuff
No.
coming through.
and working on computers instead
Drunkenly
of steel.
stumbles into Further Jedi shit.
Where's the image writer?
Hey, Steve. Steve must have had a smell of alcohol because he's drunk.
Dad, why did you take me to a gay steel mill? I don't know, son.
Please take it, sir. Please take it. I got my image writer too. One of them here. I brought one from storage.
I was thinking about doing a
test
Halloween
something.
stream where I just repetitively destroy image writers on a live stream. I figured we could do.
I had a thought about my costume for Dave's Sunday stream
in Halloween.
That's all I'm gonna say. It means I got to go buy a skirt, but I'll let your.
Oh my gosh. I don't have many skills, Ryan, but I will find you.
Speaking of which, Liam Neeson's new movie I thoroughly enjoyed. It's he plays an IRA hitman. It's quite good.
Nice.
Do recommend
to look that up. Wait, is that on the video thing or no?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Sweet. I'll look it up.
Hasn't he played a hitman before?
Yeah, but this is set in the 70s. He's an IRA.
Oh, he's a different hitman this time. Yeah, look.
Well, yes, because the weapons they use.
We just painted the pig pink and called it a different pig.
No, it's different.
No,
it's actually taking place in Ireland, which is kind of cool. They filmed in a
That's pretty neat.
very desolate area of Ireland. It reminds me a lot of Newfoundland. When I'm watching, I'm like, oh, it's like home. But yeah, no, it's quite good. If you like the history of the IRA and the sort of the infighting that happened. Anyway, I won't.
He doesn't use a lightsaber this time. That's the
he
difference.
doesn't. No.
They didn't have.
Okay, he doesn't use a lightsaber. Oh, well, pardon me.
And it's not Romania or wherever it was that his daughter was taken.
Again.
Unsupervised. Hello.
And I will agree with Gutbomb. At least it's not a effing sequel or an effing reboot.
I know.
Remake. Thank God.
There's very little originality anymore with
I mean, Ron's Basement Part 2.
That's right.
Not as good as Ron's Basement Part 1.
Unsupervised. We were talking about this pre-show.
Oh my God. That's
Yes.
that's the stream you need to have. Weekend at Barracks. And then Weekend at Barracks Part 2.
Weekend at Barracks.
The regutting.
Oh my gosh. Weekend at Barracks. That's what shirt I need. I need that shirt. Oh my gosh.
And the Electric Boogaloo will be filmed at Joe's Gay Steel Bar.
The Electric Boogaloo is filmed before a live studio audience.
Who think they're there for an episode of Dragon's Den.
So no Biden remake? No.
No.
Yeah, it's called. Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
Anyway, we don't want to get too deep into the political sphere here, as that is not our bag, as it were.
That's not my bag, baby.
And one copy of Swedish Penis Pumps Are My Bag, Baby by Austin Powers.
So this week, by the way, I will be doing a stream on this Mac Pro.
Wow, that's going to be really choppy.
No.
Oh, you're going to be working on it. Sorry, I thought you were streaming with it.
I'm going to be. Well, I will be using it as my main machine, so I will be streaming with it eventually. But I don't
the one
know.
you got the graphics card for?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
At this point, though, I don't even know if it turns on.
Now,
So it's
Mike
sitting here since I got it.
From Mike's Mess had streamed on his 5.1 for a long time.
Yeah.
I had a 5.1 that was my Plex server for years. It had 64 gigs of RAM, and it was a powerhouse, but it literally would heat up the room that it was in.
Now,
terrible state.
This is my fear because it's already hot in my apartment through the summer.
Trina, can I
Sorry.
introduce you to? It's expensive, but it's
Ever-
fiber optic U-board USB and
IMAX
monitor.
right. Prepare for Trina at 2 frames per second. So Steve says he streams from his 5.1 currently.
Yeah.
With
Steve, answer a
only
question.
32 gigs of RAM.
Are you currently sitting in a sauna like environment? Are you pouring cups
with
of water on
32
them?
gigabytes of RAM. Yeah,
There's only
I'm
30.
going to be slowly building up the amount of memory. It came with 8. I got another 8 gigs.
I
here,
might
so-
still have the RAM from the one that I had because I scrapped it.
Now, Trina, you
I'm-
had a couple of the 5.1s recently, but you sold one or you sold both?
I
No,
had
she had
three.
G5s.
I had 3,1s.
They were
that I got
3.1s.
from work
Okay.
a while ago, and then I had a G3 tower that I sold.
Okay.
But yeah, I haven't had any 5.1s again. This one I got for a song, because the other day I noticed that
What
somebody
tune
had.
did you sing?
Did they
it was
did they
on my
pay you
knees.
to stop singing, or was it because you were so good at singing?
This could go either way. I want to hear now.
Yeah,
Which is it?
I'm gonna just leave that to your imagination.
I bet you if I was to guess the song that Trina had to sing, it would be
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
No, it's not unusual. It's not
Not
unusual.
unusual to be loved by anyone.
See, I think that's the song she would sing.
Um.
Go on, sing, Trina. Hey, while he fires a pistol at your feet.
Oh, by the
Sing!
way, I was thinking of gut bomb yesterday after my stream
Oh
in
god.
the afternoon because I had a tower that I worked on and I couldn't find the last time I remembered having the front cover for it. It was down below my bench. So one of the streams recently I've done, gut bomb suggested me getting on my knees by the bench. I ended up getting on my knees trying to find
Steve.
the bezel. It turns out it was just behind me.
It's not unusual to recap another one.
I still think he's
That's a
like
good one.
Groundhog Day with that. What is it? 850 AV.
Oh gosh, yes.
It's like every other week there's a new video.
But he did say there were multiple ones, at least 3
Allegedly.
or 4.
I think
least
it's
3 or
Groundhog
4.
Day.
But so I got this for a really stupidly good deal. Because the other day there were 50 5.1s locally posted.
Oh, wow.
And it was $250.
Oh, I saw that each though. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. that
I
seems
thought
a
it
bit
was
much.
I thought it was 5.1s for $250 for all 50. And I was
Oh.
gonna be like, I don't fucking care. I will find room in here. I will probably go down to the basement because of the weight.
All I can picture is the not the Donkey Kong with the at the first
Right?
intro
Yeah.
with the barrels.
Beating the barrels up.
Yes,
and throwing them.
yes. Throwing
Yeah.
the 840 AV down.
But yeah, I was if they would have been all 50 for $250, which is $5 a pop.
But see, I would
Yeah,
love
but
to see
even then,
Trina. I would love to
250 is a
see
bit
Trina
much.
bringing those back on the subway.
Hey, I just saw a video of somebody trying to pull an entire sofa into the subway car in the New York City. So people
Well,
do crazy stuff. With
No,
the subway.
I would have talked to a friend of mine who has a license and been like, let's get a U-Haul van
Yeah.
and go pick them up. And I would have paid for the U-Haul van because
That's funny.
even
with
renting
that,
a
it's worth it.
U-Haul van at $5 a pop would have been totally
Yeah.
worth it.
And then you'd have to go. What you want to do then is go on Amazon and buy those Patriot SSDs that come in the 10-pack.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have
Yeah.
done.
Yeah,
But
but even at $250 a piece though, that's a lot. For
Oh,
what it
well,
is.
and I paid.
It's way too much.
Yeah.
I paid
$50
honestly,
for mine.
I
last
paid,
year.
I
that's
paid,
average, I would say.
Yeah.
I paid $125 for this, and that was from
Yeah.
an auction place. But
Yeah, that's not bad.
so
But
$125, I figured,
250
isn't bad compared to what people know. And the best part is that ad for the 5.1s. They also mentioned they had 4 and 3.1s.
Yeah.
And they wanted the same price for all of them, and I'm like,
That's somebody in liquidation who's just like slapping a price on it and
Yeah.
hoping to sell a few. What you'll see is in a couple of weeks' time, there'll be still 200 of them left, or whatever the number is, and there'll be, they'll be down $100.
Those Patriot SSDs.
Yeah,
I bought the 10-pack when everybody else did, and I'm down to 2. So I need to reorder another 10-pack.
And surprisingly enough, as Joe says, the Patriot SSDs,
They are good.
I haven't had any issues with them. I put them in a couple of machines.
Joe, I don't know, Mr. Landlord. My ceiling was suddenly 10 feet higher than it was before.
I felt
Oh,
so
man.
bad. There was somebody from the hackerspace. So downstairs, actually below me, they have a bachelor apartment that they're renting out,
Those
and
poor people
and I
having to listen to
Bachelor
you,
chow.
right,
having to listen to you stomping around upstairs.
yeah, because I'm so noisy. But anyway, I had sent off the um, contact information to somebody in the group, but they were only going to rent to somebody who has a full-time job.
Ah.
So, and she only has a part-time right now. And I'm
I
just
was,
like, but if she can pay the fucking rent, rent it
cares?
to her.
Why does it matter? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Speaking of rent, I often follow the buy and sells groups here in Newfoundland, obviously for retro computers and stuff.
Mhm.
Right.
Anyway, somebody had posted a 4-bedroom house for rent, fully furnished, for $2,700 a
Jeez.
month, which, everywhere else in the world is pretty acceptable. But everybody decided to stop in and tell that person how terrible of a person they are for charging that much for a house. And I
But it's
laughed.
not that high of a rent.
I know, that's what I laughed at. I was like, you have, oh, sweet summer child. You have no idea what the rent is like off the island. It's a bachelor the same as a studio. Yeah, I think bachelors are actually a little bit smaller than a studio. Studios usually have
Here in
bigger
Toronto,
space.
the term is used
Interchangeable?
interchangeably.
Okay.
Size wise, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're about the same size.
That's what she said.
Yeah, right, exactly. Uh, so, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, they wanted somebody who was working full
Mark,
time.
everybody in Newfoundland just took that as an insult. Yeah, I'll be canceled by tomorrow. See
Yeah,
you later.
But and I kind of get, because I know at least in Nova Scotia, the job I was doing at Sick Kids would have been 20 to 30,000 less a year.
Right.
So I get why they're kind of complaining the rent seems high.
Right. But for me, I look at it like I understand how the market works, and I'm looking at it like, if that person just bought that house, they're currently is a $400,000 house.
Yeah.
Their mortgage is probably $2,400 a month.
Right.
All right. 20 plus they got insurance, plus they got to pay water and property tax. Like if they're breaking even on $2,700 a month, that might be it. Right.
For those of you in the know with the cocoa,
yeah.
Just a reminder that a couple more hours for Rommel revenge scores.
Okay.
So submit your scores.
I thought you were going to say the Coco Nation is still streaming. It's been 36 hours.
Oh no.
No, it's been since last Saturday.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's been going since.
in an entire house with 3 bedrooms for rent, that's a 3-bedroom apartment. You can rent whole houses in the town Joe lives in for $9.50 a month on average.
Yes, Joe. But you, what amenities do you have in the house place you live?
What do they call it? An efficiency apartment?
Efficiency unit.
Is what they call the 1-bedroom thingies here, where it's like a small.
So for our efficiency unit for us, they don't have a full kitchen. They have like a hot plate and and like a stove, or not it's not a hot plate and a fridge.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's what
so it's like a hotel room.
I had rented a bachelor apartment in Halifax that had a loft, so you kind of had a bedroom.
Yep.
And that's the way it was there. It had a hot plate and a fridge.
Yeah.
I didn't have an oven. But I used that hot plate like a mofo. I made lobster bisque on it. I did.
But
in fairness, Trina currently uses her stove to store computers. Trina, go open your stove. There's definitely laptops in there.
No, actually, the laptops are in the bin behind me.
So Chris says that townhouses where he's at is about $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
And by the way, hi, Chris. Great to see you.
Indeed.
Oh, wow.
Joe says efficiency units tend not to have bathrooms.
Don't they call that a boarding house?
It's like a boarding house, yeah. A lot of times you'll see.
I've never heard of that.
They'll change. Like I watched a documentary on a mall somewhere in the U.S. that got converted into efficiency units and rental apartments, and that's what they had. They had it for students. It was an efficiency unit, so it had a bed, a desk, a place to put your clothes, a hot plate, and a fridge. You weren't allowed to cook any like big food, but there was a shared kitchen that you could not rent out, but you could sign out. You could book a time to cook a proper meal there if you wanted to. And they had like a shared bathroom. Each room also had like a sink where you can brush your teeth and do your
Now-
toiletry stuff. But if you wanted a shower, there were individual shower stalls down
So I live near Cornell University, and they have what's called the jam houses there, and essentially students rent rooms, and then they have a shared space that's kitchen and then
Yeah,
their bathroom and stuff
Mhm.
like that. But it's in an apartment building almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all share the kitchen and the cabinets and the fridge and all that kind of stuff
So does
between all the places
does
there.
each floor then have its own
Yes.
kitchen?
Yeah.
and-
Yes.
and-
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's like this mall. This mall had like 5 or 6 floors. And
That's a good way to
400
look at
million-
it, Joe. Efficiency apartment
Apartment is
equals
a
college dorm.
College dorm, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
exactly.
very good way to look at it.
But
I
yeah,
didn't think
this
about that, but
this
that's right.
apartment I rented is classified as a 1-bedroom because if you go to my fridge, oh, and by the way, if you look at my fridge and zoom in on me, I'm going to make myself big because I can. You're going to see a new magnet on the fridge, right beside gut bombs. Can't add myself. It's Dave's vintage app. I'm trying to make.
I'm trying to do it too.
All right, I now have a Dave's vintage Apple Tech magnet.
Magnet. And you know what those
I
magnets
see
are?
it.
What's special about
Yeah.
each of those magnets? They're infused with the ashes of the women that Dave kills for
Oh
computers.
God! Oh God!
So you have ghosts. You
But
now have ghosts.
That's a very spiritual
by
magnet.
By my fridge, you'll see a door, and that
Yep.
goes to my bedroom. And then off that I have my bathroom.
So is yours considered a 1-bedroom, not a studio?
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
1-bedroom
gotcha.
because
Cool.
in Toronto, a studio or a
It's like open.
studio or a bachelor,
Yeah.
either one, as I said, you're used interchangeably, do not have bedrooms.
Right.
This is considered a 1-bedroom because it's a bedroom.
Cool.
Yeah, your apartment's pretty decent size though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah.
be nice if
And
it
it's like a
just had
6-unit,
touch
right? In a town, like a
it.
townhouse
Yeah,
6-unit?
so it's not a townhouse. It's an actual house that's been converted.
Right.
But yeah, so there's 2 per floor. And yeah, so and when I came here, I thought I was going to be on the 2nd floor because my unit number is 202.
Hmm.
And so I figured 2nd floor is because I've gone to lots
Yeah.
of apartment buildings with like 2
Yeah.
is your
Most
You
of
know,
them's that.
X. The number in front is usually your floor number, but they start with the basement is 1, this is 2, and then upstairs is 3.
Right.
So
Yeah,
So all you creepers, Trina's on the main floor.
if you my cats barely leave the bedroom.
They're smart. They know what it says.
Their food's there because I don't have room mode here.
Well, I mean,
Especially when I had all the boxes, that's when their food got moved into the bedroom, and it's just been there.
All I hear is the voice from that lady from Poltergeist.
Trina's not here right now.
Actually, it's not easier to stalk me. So last summer we started to have issues with people. We in the back we have like the driveway,
Mhm.
and it goes to an alleyway, and we started having issues with people trying to actually get into here.
Like squatters?
Yeah, like homeless people and stuff, just trying to get into the building. But they had gates on the back on the door.
They want your computers for building materials.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
that 5,1 to make a certainly good foundation for this tent city we're building.
That's like a furnace.
So so they started last summer with closing and locking the gates now. So legitimately, I don't really worry about anybody getting back here now. So.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm into crap, or what do you want? Bada boom, bada bing. What can I say?
I'm offended. Good times. But yeah, so what else has ever been working on this week? Trina, you had a couple of computers you were working on this week. I remember seeing.
Yeah, I finished up. So I did for those who didn't watch, I did a stream Thursday doing some unboxing stuff. I received this iPod version.
Wow, it's 2003.
Yeah, I got it for somebody in
That was
the
cool.
at the hackerspace. They were looking for one, and I just put it up, and somebody who confuses me. We won't mention a name, but somebody that confuses me with Amber all the time.
The homeless are looking for image writer cook stoves.
Yeah. So I got that. Also, I got my multimeter from Dave. All I want to say is a fluke, and I know it's not a fluke. It's
Ishwing? No.
no.
Shwing.
Oh shit. Oh,
Kyocera.
no,
Nokia.
it's the one that he has.
Samsung.
You're not helping.
Intune.
Kai
Wheats.
There we
Azoo.
go. So I got the Kai Wheats multimeter from Dave, and then he also sent me the magnet. Thank you.
I thought it was pronounced Kai Weeps.
Yeah, CDI. It's pronounced a flunk.
a flunk.
Gesundheit.
So anyway,
Kai Wheats.
So I got that, and then also thanks to Gut Bomb helping me out, I managed to get a microscope. I'll show this off for a quick sec.
Don't read comments and drink drinks.
And an arm. So
Nice.
yeah, I have yet to get it set up, and I
Now all you need to do, all you got to do.
It set up.
All you need to do now is learn how to solder. That's all you got to do. Super easy.
Well, first of all, I got to figure out where I'm setting this thing up. So
first, you get the sugar.
Somewhere you're not
Then
going
you
to
get
burn
the
everything
money.
down.
But yeah, I do want to. I honestly want to thank Gut Bomb, because here's the funny part: the arm. So the microscope, the microscope itself wasn't too much of a price difference between American and Canadian.
Right.
Like
But the
$20
arm
and
was
the
massive.
$20 in the difference. The arm was $45 difference. And
Wow.
I'm like, what the
And
fuck?
it's funny because it's the same arm that I got Frank to order for me for my microphone. It's the same arm.
Yeah. So Gut Bomb's like, let me see what it's going to cost me, and it was cheaper, even converted
Godspeed,
over.
JC. Godspeed.
See ya, JC. Stop by for coffee tomorrow morning.
Don't
Since
do it,
you're in
JC.
Ontario.
It's a trap. It's
Coffee
a trap.
and tea with Trina and me.
It's a trap.
But yeah, so even with the conversion, it was still cheaper for me to get it through, because I just paid Gut Bomb for it. It was cheaper for me to get the 2 items from him and have Amazon just give them to me than it was for me to order them from Amazon Canada.
I remember I did a survey a couple of years ago for one of the groups that I work for, and they're American based, and they sent me a $50 American Amazon gift card.
Right.
That was the hardest thing I ever tried to spend. So like, what am I buying in America that I can't get in Amazon Canada? And
Yay! What? Finally, Gut Bomb's bullying somebody else into doing a live stream. It's usually me.
There you go.
There we go. Sweet.
JC will be back in 3 days.
Okay, that's true.
So we should probably start wrapping it up.
This. I have some rare crap to break. I mean, fix.
Yeah. So we should probably start wrapping it up.
Justin.
Let's talk about.
Hey, Justin.
Hey, Justin. I double dogged her. Yeah. Nobody double dogged
so much,
me.
Steve, it wasn't so much that spending the money on the it was the fact that like most things Amazon.ca I can get in Canadian. It's very rare that there's something I can't get on Amazon.ca. Anyway, it ended up being a part for my Touareg that I couldn't get on Amazon.ca that I could get on Amazon.com, and it was actually it was $50. So I ended up using it, but it took me 6 months to use the gift card.
Hey, gray hair discoveries.
Hey. Oh darn! I just got here. Well, we're gonna be here for a few more minutes. We're not gonna just.
Then stream is streaming. Steve is streaming in about.
Stream is Steving in a few minutes.
Exactly.
Frank, have another drink, Frank.
Well, Garth hasn't showed up yet, so I had to have some wine.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
In his absence.
I haven't seen Garth in weeks. You know that?
Speaking of,
I thought I saw him last week, right?
No, I haven't seen him in weeks.
Can somebody make Steve a mod so he can put in his link?
Oh, I thought he was already. Hang on a second.
Is he not? I don't know.
Hold on, Steve. A customer service representative is here to help. We
One
value
moment.
your time and your patience in assisting us with this matter.
One moment, please.
Frank needs a Kai weed. Rudy just said.
That's right.
I can't let you do that, Steve.
So just while Frank is doing that, I'm going to mention some streams that are coming up this weekend.
Yes, go
We
for it.
have myself. I'm going to be taking over Eric's spot since Eric is still camping until Sunday. We're going to be
Sorry, who's camping?
Eric.
Who?
Sorry, Barracks.
Oh,
Edge.
thank you, Barrick.
Yeah.
Yes, right.
I legitimately, I'm going to be unboxing the box. That I said, will this box run HyperCard? I just thought I'd do it as a first.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
So we're gonna unbox that, see what all was sent. We have
Steve
Big
should
Bad
be able to
Bio-
post now.
Okay, cool. We have Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench streaming at 12 noon.
High
Eastern.
noon.
Yes, and he has some very leaky capacitors apparently.
Apparently, yeah. I unfortunately won't be watching it. I will
Super
be at
wet.
the Hackerspace because it's the open house tomorrow. So I will be there I'll put it on so my cats can fall asleep. Oh no, right.
Barrick won't eat you, Eric.
I could eat my bear.
No,
and
Barrick
then
is friendly. He's a vegetarian.
And then if you want to take a cat nap and wake up and the show will still be on, go watch the Coco Nation.
Right.
It took over
Saturday
in the
stream?
place of lamb chops. With this is the stream that will never end.
Yes. It's the Groundhog Day of streams, besides Steve's
See,
840 AV that he's been working on.
Rudy, if you want to find out which I will be, tune into my stream at the link that I just
be
posted.
there, be square.
So Coco Nation is at 2 noon Eastern. I believe Amber is streaming.
That looks legitimate. That
Yeah.
checks out.
That checks out. That tracks.
I believe Amber is streaming tomorrow. I'm not 100%.
She also
sure.
made a very important channel announcement today.
I was just about to touch on that. Yeah.
Yeah, so feel free to
I'll
watch
check
that
her out.
video. It's not bad news.
No.
I gotta say, I just a little pause here. I thoroughly enjoy, like, for anybody who has anxiety, seeing something like that might make you anxious. So the fact that she actually said it's not bad news, very helpful.
Joe
and then,
sold something to Apple directly in Cupertino.
ooh,
It's a trick, Joe. It's a trick.
all right. Are those the shoes?
It was. I was going to say it wasn't the shoes, was it?
And you're sued.
Yeah. And then
if you're shipping it to the legal department at Apple,
Yeah,
be
right.
afraid.
And then on Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, Dave of Dave's Vintage Apple Tech will be streaming, and he's going to work on a SE30, I believe he told me.
Joe, why is it the legal department?
Oh, hey, John. Welcome.
John's here.
I just pumped your stream for tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern.
And
That's right.
It's good to pumping stuff.
With leaky caps and all.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I
John,
unfortunately,
how much does your room smell like fish right now? On a scale of 1 to Seattle.
I unfortunately won't be able
on a
to watch
scale of 1 to
tomorrow,
Wuhan.
John, because the Hackerspace has their open house, so I'm going to be there.
Well, Trina,
for
you know
that.
what you should do? Does the Hackerspace have a television that they leave on? Because if they don't, you should recommend they get one. And then what you should
They
do
do
is
have a TV,
Tune it
every-
into Good
you
Bag
should-
Biologist.
you should
yes.
tune it in so they can watch John work on some leaky caps.
but usually we sit there and talk. You know, it's this funny thing where you
Communication
talk
is-
to people.
Yeah, but listen, it's not. No. Just listen to the dulcet sounds of John speaking. You'll all be in nap time before you know.
I know,
it.
right? Yeah. You'll see. I'll take a picture of the room. Everybody will be there.
Just with their blankets on a mat,
Yeah,
having
yeah.
a nap like a kindergarten class.
Who is your dad and what does he do?
Steve, Copyright Enforcement and Correctional Behavior Division 1 Infinity Loop. Joe, if you're sending it there, blink twice and we'll send you help.
Well, I think we should probably end it.
That's it. Grabs his
Yes.
polka dots blanket and curls up.
Uh,
He knows what he has.
Steve, do you want to put your link in?
Yes. Share
chat
your link because Steve
before
will
we
be
kick off?
streaming shortly.
He said what 9:30, I guess, Eastern. So
See.
like 27 minutes.
Joe actually went to look to make sure.
They had an
Wait.
intern. They had an intern order it.
Oh, it says
I'm not set up yet. Keep yakking. Okay. This isn't Mac Yak.
Yeah.
Just in case.
so.
you're
I did
confused.
find a bag full of loonies.
Nice.
Jeez,
Yeah,
nice.
so I've used them to bribe my niece. Anytime
listen.
she does something good, I'm like, here's a loony.
If you want, when you send me the computers, throw that
No,
in. That's great.
no.
That's great laundry money.
What kind of laundry machines do you guys have?
Just old
The
ones. with
loony ones.
Are they
laundry.
no? Are they in the building?
Yeah.
Are they the ones
They're
that have
in the
the
basement.
4 slots and you just push it in?
Yeah.
I will send you a video, my friend.
Okay.
Let's put it this way: I never paid for a game of pool the entire time I was in university.
Mm,
They have the same mechanism.
okay. I
Anyway.
never. Well, I remember when we had. If you remember Doolies, Ryan.
Oh, we still do. Yeah, we still have it here.
Do you still have? Okay.
Yeah, and West Side Charlie's. I don't know if you have those as well.
No, we never had it. But I remember I prefer going to Dooley's because you just pay by the hour. And you can
Yes,
play
yeah.
as
There was
much
no
you
there was
want.
no fee to yeah. And the same thing with the West Side Charlie's. You just pay $20
Right.
an hour or whatever it was, and you
Yeah,
play
there
as
you
much
go.
pool as you want.
Hey,
He said
hey,
slots.
Javier.
He said slots. Yes, dirty slots.
Actually, technically, Steve beat Javier, but that doesn't take much because Javier is probably drunk at this point at
Yeah.
night. It's
Well,
what,
let's
9 o'clock?
Let's be fair. It is what it is. I know things that are paid by the hour here in Jersey.
Ah,
Sorry, I had
What
to
a
put a
hoot.
terrible accent on this. The bigger question, Steve, is I remember a couple of years ago you did this video where they had like a e-waste cleanup, and they had it all dumped in a parking lot. And you
yeah,
were
that was
picking.
cool. I remember
That was a great video. I'm assuming that's a yearly event. Why haven't you been back? That's
Right?
my question.
That was the
He
greatest.
found so much cool
that was
stuff.
one
man.
of that was one of Steve's. Sorry, no offense, Steve, but that was one of your better videos,
It was awesome, especially the creepy guy who just starts talking to you.
right?
Yeah, I found this over here. It's over here in the corner. Get the CRT. It was like, holy god.
Well, it was only. To be fair, the person was only
to
creepy
be
because
fair,
by the time
No.
Steve got there, it was dark, and
True,
anybody's
true.
creepy in the dark.
It was like Herbert the pervert trying to entice Chris. Hello,
Yeah.
paper boy.
do you like Molar Max? I like Molar Max. Ooh, there's one under the pile. You just dig,
yeah.
bend over and
Keep
dig and get
digging.
us.
Digging.
Keep digging.
Oh,
That's
my.
good job. Strong,
Oh, man.
muscly arm paper boy.
I am so. This is why they brought me on, because I am the sweet innocent one.
I'm not allowed
Like
back
a
in that
dirty
state
mind.
court order. Oh, that's a hoot.
Was that actually in Jersey or was that outside of Jersey? Was that like 2 states over
I
kind of
thought
thing?
it was. I thought it was still in New Jersey.
I don't
Hoboken.
know. Is
Maybe not.
Hoboken part of Jersey?
Yes.
I assume it is.
But
I
yeah,
feel like
I enjoyed the whole. Let's watch Steve drive, and
Yeah.
talk about what he's doing.
Hey, I'm driving here.
Yeah,
Flipping
right.
people off, and it was great.
Yes, Curtis, I am sweet and innocent. I know.
I'm in upstate New York.
Are
I
you?
didn't see the e-waste.
You didn't see the e-waste?
No.
So yeah, it was like a whole parking lot full of.
No,
like,
I remember that. I just didn't
Yeah.
know where it was
Yeah.
in,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
in upstate.
I remember the one thing I miss being in Toronto, in Halifax, every spring and fall, they
bulk
do
garbage cleanup.
exactly. They do
Yep.
what is called curbside giveaway,
Yep, it's awesome.
and if you have anything that's not turfable, like reusable, you can go and people put it on the weekend or on
Yeah.
the between the sidewalk
So-
and
Curbside giveaways like that give me a lot of business because of bed bugs.
Yeah.
I bet.
So here we have like basically anything that's considered. If you leave something on the side of the road, like out in front of your house, it's considered
Mhm.
Public property.
public property, right?
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
can take it.
And that's
When
what
you're
they,
trash.
but they have this very specific weekend.
Right.
Like
So we
in
used to
the
have bulk
spring and
garbage
fall.
pickup here, which would be a very specific weekend. They'd say on Saturday and Sunday, put your bulk garbage out by the side of the road. A
Yep.
truck will come get it. Now, however, because to save money, they make you call, and it's June and July. There are 2 dates that you can choose, and they come on a certain date. So certain areas might have 2 or 3 houses that have stuff put out, but the rest of them don't. So it's very hard. But I remember driving around in our more hoity-toity areas on bulk garbage pickup day, and you'd find some pretty cool jams.
I believe they call that affluent neighborhood.
Yeah, hoity-toity. It's a technical term.
Hoity-toity.
Um,
But yeah, I remember
I picked up like a John Deere generator and a John
Oh,
Deere
that's cool.
like
a friend and I used to go in this cargo van, white panel van. I know, with the word candy written on the
I was
side.
gonna say,
Did
does it have
it say? Did it say free laser writers on the side of it?
Yeah, it did. Steve kept stopping us, and we're like, "Go away!"
Steve was like, "Abduct me for the love of God!
Right?
Make me an
But yeah,
Amber Alert."
we used to go around and like we would never get any bedding
Right.
or like any clothing
No,
stuff.
we never. No mattresses.
No.
None of that.
Although I
Burn.
did pick up, because it was still sealed in the plastic, a sleeping bag,
Okay.
because it was still sealed. Like there
Right.
were no, it wasn't. It was brand new.
Right.
So I was like, okay, this is a guaranteed no issues with it. But that was all I ever took. The rest of it, like when I hold on, let me go to my
Shame we're on
Facebook
this
page
laptop.
for a second.
I always, anytime small engines, like if it's like a pressure washer or a snowblower or anything, that's the kind of stuff that I would grab.
Yep.
I remember
to have for
actually,
parts.
it's funny, bulk garbage pickup day when I lived in the one town over. We were renting a house for it was only 2 years. My neighbor across the street was a very avid golfer, and so bulk garbage pickup day comes around. He's loading his golf clubs in the back of his car, forgets his cell phone. Says, "Oh, okay, I'll just run into the house and get it." By the time he ran into the house and got back, someone had thought his golf clubs were free to take. They had
Oh
taken them.
no!
Oh,
Oh no!
yeah.
Yeah.
How?
was like,
Okay,
that's
so
pretty funny.
question for folks: how the frig do you see your photo albums?
Well,
On
I use
Facebook.
Google Photos and I just tell it what I'm looking for, and
No.
the
But
AI
I'm
just finds the pictures.
I'm using Facebook. I'm on my Facebook.
Well, that's
page.
your problem.
How
That sounds
the
like an
hell-
issue, not an issue me.
Yeah, but it used to be you could click on. Where the hell do you see your photos
Ishmael.
at?
Ishmael.
Does
They called me
anyone
Ishmael.
know?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Several
seriously.
years ago, I tried to catch a whale.
Seriously,
didn't go over well.
does anyone see where you can see your photos?
Does this mute Trina? It works. Neat.
And now it doesn't.
Yeah, like Mac84 says, go
profiles.
to your profile and tap photos.
Don't you just click the button next to Tom's picture?
Oh, here we go. Okay, I found it. Next to time.
That's MySpace.
Oh,
All right. So let me see if I can find the album. Here we go. Okay. All right, let me come back. I'm going to share my screen since we got to keep on rambling for Steve's sake.
Oh, we probably rambled enough, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just show. Because this ties in with, yeah, there we go. Sure.
who doesn't know about the graboids?
So I made a storybook kind of esque photo album of what was called Trina's IT land back in Halifax. So a friend of mine, there's one of his panel vans, owned this. It's a stage lighting company, owned the warehouse. Hurricane 1 came through Halifax with a vengeance. And
that was Hurricane 1?
No. But it ripped the roof off this building.
Uh-oh.
It took the city 6 years to come to the building to go, oh, your building, because it's all wood, after 6 years of your roof leaking, we're not going to do anything for you. So it collapsed.
You know your name's on there, right?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is the owner. This is some stuff.
That looked a little bit like Curtis Boyle there.
Where? Here?
Curtis's doppelganger. Yeah, there you
A little
go.
bit.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, quick glance.
But yeah, so there's a company that came in called Core Construction, and totally rebuilt it.
Ripped the whole freaking roof off. That's crazy.
Oh, they tore the whole building. They tore down the whole building because there's only one way to fix it. But yeah, so this was my shop in Halifax, and they put up all the core guys did was put up. It's insulated. Nice. Put up walls, all nicely plywood, so you could screw anywhere. Like you didn't have to think about it.
Oh, well, it's just screw anywhere, right? Okay. We're gonna go with that, or we're gonna leave that there?
We're just gonna leave that there.
Low-hanging fruit, right?
And then I painted the floor black because at that point a lot of the computers I was working on, the screws were silver. So, but if you look here, like the cabinets, the desk, that lamp.
So I have a question. What
Yeah.
creepy old cabin in the woods did you steal the cabinets from?
No, this
And
was
was it possessed?
this was from the curbside giveaway stuff.
Oh, okay,
Oh, and the
gotcha.
cork board also
What
came
about the
from
bull?
it.
No kidding.
No, the bull was part of Richard's stuff, and I'm just like, I like the bull. I'm going to
Do you still have the bull?
No, it's still in Halifax.
Okay.
And then yes, like these cabinets all came from this is why I'm showing this off.
All right.
And
Well,
then
Steve's
and then I-
made his link there, so we're just going to interrupt Trina. And good night, everybody.
and then I
Thank you.
built the bench, and then
Oh, cool.
ta-da,
Oh
sometime
wait,
later.
so now it's 30 minutes from now.
Okay. Yeah, and like that countertop came from it. The cabinet below
That's pretty cool.
came from the curbside giveaway.
So what you're saying is you've
island
got about
cabinet.
$35 in fasteners invested in this.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a lot of
That's
screws.
pretty neat.
But yeah, and that was the computer that I used to keep all my
Hey,
data.
I got a notification. Watch Mac 84 live in 30 minutes.
Oh,
There
I
we
also
go.
did get one.
I just did as well.
A
yeah,
prototype
that was-
Apple Pippin game console.
This was my
Ooh,
shop in Halifax.
Nice.
I also got this cabinet for free, but that was off Facebook Marketplace.
I like lateral file cabinets.
And then I also,
Ooh.
but I bought that whiteboard, massive whiteboard, and I actually had a legit phone.
No
Wow.
kidding.
But it
Yeah,
wasn't a system, but it wasn't a.
Well, you can't do your phone sex
Commodore.
operator if you don't have a
I
phone.
know, right? Yeah. And then there was the wall.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's a wall of hard drives, optical drives.
Floppy
Up
disk
top
holders.
is floppy disks.
So
And
in
holders.
Halifax, you had like a legit shop set up.
I had a legit shop. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And so this was back in what, 2014?
Let me see. When was this posted?
It said 2014.
24.
so
Yeah, 24. So back.
Wow.
In, yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
A
That's
decade.
awesome.
A decade of your life has passed
Shut up,
since
would
these
you?
photos were
Jesus.
taken.
Trina, where are the Macs?
There are no.
We didn't
Macs.
see Macs in those
I was doing
pictures.
all the. I was doing all the. How do I stop sharing?
Hit the stop
Oh.
sharing button.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, there were no Macs. I was working part time on the side for a computer company, and he only dealt with PCs, so he gave me
pretty
all his desktops that he bought, and it was my job to go through them. So I would work overnights, my full time job, which was slow. It was a tech support job, and I would work on these computers in between.
In the in between.
In the in
The
between.
CRTs show up terribly on the stream.
Yeah, but that looks better now.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yep.
So
'Cause
that
the
was
other one
my
was kind of washed out.
shop in Halifax. So.
That's pretty cool.
And then
Now-
remember that nice sleeping bag I got? That was
Yep.
still
Yeah.
new.
You
I
slept-
sometimes would sleep through the daytime. If Richard was out like doing a gig, I'd be like, sweet, I'll just spend the day here. There was a shower.
That's handy.
Welcome to communal living. There was a shower just like a little bit away.
So
from,
did you
from where I
live
live.
at this place?
Kind of, but I also had a cat, so I had to make sure, like, oh, I can only spend an extra night here, and I gotta
Right.
get home to look after the cat.
Right.
That's pretty cool, though.
Cool. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining us this evening.
That's true.
We appreciate you immensely.
Check out Steve
I
shortly.
hope that you have a fantastic weekend, and remember to hit that like and subscribe button. We do this once a week. We are not ones to bombard you with constant posts, mostly because we are tired and don't have time to be at that.
We're
remember
old and
to-
tired.
Yeah, we're old and
That's
tired.
right.
Remember to hit up Steve's stream this evening to look at a very rare old Pippin, Apple Pippin prototype. And we're taking bets on whether or not Steve's going to break it. So
Oh, and
remember
Rudy,
to
can I just want
Yep.
to touch base on Rudy's question. He just said, Trina, why did you move to Toronto? Two reasons. I was here in 2001 for the Toronto Trek sci-fi convention. Go figure. Fell in love with the city and said one day I'm going to move here. And then the job I had in Halifax absolutely, by the time that I went on stress leave, sucked monkey balls because I went on stress leave.
Shit the bed.
It really did. So I'm like, there's got to be better paying jobs with less responsibility. And
Steve, as Trina's lawyer, I'm actually going to refrain from responding to that question. Thank you.
Next question, please.
So yeah, so I took the opportunity. I came into some inheritance, which also helped, and then I just applied like crazy to jobs in Toronto, and I landed one.
Nice.
And-
So how long were you at Sick Kids?
Sick Kids, I was there for a year and a half.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah.
We know you guys have your choice in Friday evening entertainment. We try to compete with ABC's TGIF, but there's only so much we can do. Jonathan Taylor Thomas is just that good of an actor.
Sure. So is Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah, that cat is a national treasure.
Salem,
he's a national treasure. Anyway, funnily enough, he also dated Elaine.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. By the time.
Have a good night. We'll talk to you later. Take care.
Bye.